All right, well, Ashley is here joining me. We're kind of like at Gobbler's Knob, a little bit.
We wish that we were there. I mean, I wish I was, because I want to get myself one of those hats.
I mean, know. They're so
fabulous.
Cute with the Punxsutawney Phil right on
the hats,
front.
the slippers. I mean, I need to get my Punxsutawney Phil merch, especially because I know we're rooting for him.
Yes, well.
We need him to not see that shadow.
We need to give us the shadow of hope.
Yes, we need a little glimmer of some hope for an early spring. And I mean, groundhogs not the best forecasters, I will say. They don't have the best track record, but anything that's going to get us through these cold temperatures, I think we'll take it. Of course, that holiday countdown now down to 0. A fun holiday, especially for us meteorologists, having to compete with the old groundhog there. Here's some fun facts before we get into that forecast. So Groundhog Day actually comes from Pennsylvania. Of course, that's where it originated. Came from German lore, those Germans who came over to Pennsylvania. It corresponds with the Christian holiday Candlemas, which is, of course, a time to predict the rest of winter. That's why we are seeing if we've got 6 more weeks of winter or maybe a little bit of an early spring. So there's that correlation. And there are several groundhog forecasters around the United States. I know there are several in New York, but of course the OG Punxsutawney Phil, the one that everybody is talking about. And as we look over into Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, it's kind of hard to tell because of course it's still dark. So seeing those clouds a little bit rough. Maybe a little bit of cloud cover, but it's looking fairly calm. I need more cloud cover to move in because that's where we get him to not see that shadow and we can get that chance of maybe an early spring. Regardless of what he says, here's what we're looking like now. Not feeling like spring, that's for sure. We've got a line of a couple of snow showers that's starting to move through. Maybe starting to see that as we get into Danville. That's going to continue to push through the bluegrass as we go through our day today. We're also continuing to see some pretty chilly temperatures. It feels like has many of us in the single digits. So it feels like 8 in Lexington, 3 in Mount Sterling, -1 in Moorhead, and -3 down in London, -2 in Flemingsburg. We're going to continue to be quite breezy through our day today. Winds out of the south, though. So although that breeze is going to give us a little bit of a wind chill with those temperatures a bit colder, it's actually going to bump up our actual air temperatures near or maybe even above freezing for us. We haven't been above freezing since, I believe, January 22nd. So it's been a while since we've been up there in those lower 30s, and it's almost going to feel balmy, tropical compared to what we've been feeling. Still bundle up though, especially because this morning in the single digits, then the teens, and then only the 20s by the afternoon for the feels like temperatures. But the good news is as we get above freezing, that's going to help with any snow that's going to melt. Of course, we are looking at the chance for a couple of snow flurries this morning. I think we could see those through the early afternoon as well, where we have that cloud cover, maybe sticking a little bit onto some elevated surfaces like your car, but not going to cause us any kind of impacts really. What we are looking at, though, that could be impactful is heading into Tuesday. We've got a little bit of a messy system that's going to move through. It's going to bring us both rain and snow, maybe a little bit of a mix in between. So most of the bluegrass starting off Tuesday morning near or a little bit above freezing. That's going to cause mostly rain chances, maybe a few big fat flurries moved in. As we go through the afternoon, we'll start to see temperatures dropping just a little bit, especially to the north. Now, I do think this heavier band of snowfall might push even further north. It really depends on the track of the system that we have moving through, which we've heard that before. I mean, the other weekend where we had that big winter storm, a lot was really kind of hinging on that track. The good news here is we're not looking at that chance for really ice or sleet in between. Really just going to be a mixture between snow and rainfall. Not any kind of icy mess for the most part. So that's good news that we're not looking at that. As we go through the rest of our day on Tuesday, that moves out into the evening time and we start to see temperatures dropping. So some light snow showers left on the back end of that. So that's what we can expect as we go through our day, kind of clearing out as we head into Wednesday with cloud covers left over and some pretty chilly temperatures sticking into those 20s and teens possibly for Wednesday afternoon. So to summarize all of that, we're looking at rain, snow, and cold. With the rain, most of the bluegrass going to start off as rain, maybe a little bit of snow mixed in because we're going to be above freezing. Then we're near freezing to the north. That could cause us some heavy, wet snowflakes. Impacts, I think, up to an inch of snow possible in places to the north of 64, possibly even further, even outside of our area maybe, as that cold air starts to move in. We will see some pretty chilly temperatures for the rest of this forecast, but thinking into Groundhog Day and looking further into February with our temperature outlooks, we're actually trending a little bit better. This gives me some hope. Near average or maybe even above average temperatures starting to get closer. I am really hoping that we can get to at least near average. I would be happy to see the 40s, but for now, we're still looking cold, back to the 20s by midweek, and it's going to be pretty messy tomorrow, so make sure you continue to stay weather aware with the chance for some minor impacts with that snow and rain.